Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late today, but I'm happy to see you guys all here for our bi weekly community call with Leo. And we have Jopi, and of course, everybody here in the audience. I want to say thank you guys again for joining us today and hopping in here. Before we start, Leo, I want to do a quick mic check. How you sounding today?
我听得到。Yeah.
Great. I can hear you. So I guess Leo, you're speaking through Jopi's mic today. No problem. Anyways, you guys, I want to thank you guys all again for joining our bi-weekly AMA. We had a really great call last week, or sorry, 2 weeks ago. Lots of great alpha coming in, learning about phase three, learning about our mobile verifiers, and today we're gonna learn even more. And we'll see. And uh, we even have the team. We're all working together right now in the same place, building out, polishing the tech, and getting some more things popping for you guys. So, with that being said, let me hop right in to our first question here. Just give me a sec. And our first question today, it is from DC Discord user China OG at a bunch of numbers 16651026643. And the question is, does the verifier or verifier of third phase test network need to pledge the CGT token threshold? Does the third phase consider supporting CYS transfers? Sorry, you guys. I was seeing. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Someone in the chat there said that they couldn't hear me, so I'm just double checking to make sure everything's okay. I think I'm okay, but just double checking. Great.
你把你的，你里面上个的 setting 的，对啊，没连上，没连。没事啊。Hello。Hello。
Great. You guys can hear me. I was just having a little technical issues. Leo, how are you doing? Will you be speaking through Jopi's mic today?
Yes, yes. I'm right now doing. Can you hear me, Alex?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I think it's
Okay,
all
okay.
working now here.
Okay, let's get started.
Great. Okay, let's get started. So let me repeat the first question for you here, Leo. And that question is from our China OG user 16651026643. And they're asking, does the verifier or verifier of the third phase test network need to pledge CGT token to a certain threshold, or does the third phase consider supporting CYS transfer as well?
yeah, so actually, like we always support CYS transfer. So like the CYS token can be transferred between users. And yeah, so the surface we require the verifier and prover to deposit some CGT token, probably like sometime after the beginning of phase three to get assignment of the task. Yeah, so that's currently the plan, and the threshold will be like determined after we calculating the how much token we have already issued, and the threshold will be calculated based on that. Yeah, so the goal here is just to make sure like the early supporters of SciSig can join, can can get the task, can contribute their computing power to the community.
Great. So you guys, yes, we will be accepting the transfer of COIS tokens over. So nothing to worry about for that. Now moving on to our second question, from user at Hack to Fun. Does the verifier in the third phase need a stake? And if so, what is the staking threshold?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So as I just mentioned, like in the surface, the verifier also needs to stake. Like we don't call it stake. We call it proper like reserve some a certain amount of CGT to participate in the proof verification. But the requirement doesn't start from the very beginning. So like probably like after several weeks uh, of the like phase three, like then the verifier needs to like stake some token, need to reserve some token to get their task. Yeah.
Great. I love that. I love the changing up the name too, from away from staking and more for just reserve. I think it gives a little bit more of a clear picture for everybody listening what the use is for these tokens. So our third question that we've selected is from our Korean OG user. Again, I remember this from last AMA. SSSSS 1153. And their question is, I'm curious about the exchange rate to CYS tokens on the coming mainnet. Also, is there a vesting period or lockup period for this specific token, CYS?
Yeah, I would say like the exchange rate is still like undetermined. Like we need to see like how many tokens we have issued in like all phases of testnet of our testnet. So we haven't started testnet 3 yet. So after testnet 3, then we have an overall picture of like how many tokens we have issued, and then at that time we can calculate the ratios like to make sure the early supporters are um, their like work like respected in that form. And yeah, we will try to make sure like there is like no vesting period or lockup period for this like airdrop token. But yeah, so that's something like also not determined, but we will try our best um to repay the like probably like the bills the machines like the computing power our members have contributed to our to SASE network.
You got it. Sweet. So, everybody, don't worry about the conversion rate. We'll make sure everything is fair. You guys will be happy with it. And overall, it should be fine. Leave your worries aside for any kind of conversion rates. Moving on to the test net, we'll have it all worked out for you guys. We just got to finalize up the math here and just really make sure that it's fair for everybody, including us. So moving on to our fourth question, from our Discord user Nova with the name uh, Elon Musk, spelt a little bit differently here. And their question is, based on the existing roadmap, phase two, which was supposed to be implemented in Q1, has been delayed to Q2. Has been delayed. Q2 schedule on the roadmap is the planned time for the mainnet launch. So does this mean the mainnet launch will be postponed to Q3?
Yeah, so for here, I would like to first emphasize that we are still on schedule for that. The Q2 ends in Q2. The phase two ends in Q2, but we started in I guess like Q4 last year. I probably like it's a little bit like delayed, like since like we want to add more features like to the testnet, and also like as you can see, like for all the ZK related projects, our testnet has been lasting for the most long, like compared with other like probably like for other ZKVM projects, they only last for several days, and the reason like why we make our testnet so long is to try to make sure like every component of our testnet is like battle tested. And yeah, so like we don't want to like there will be like any technical issues for the mainnet. The mainnet will be slightly delayed. Yeah, so like it's probably like some part of due to the technical features we want to add, and also partly due to the right now the market condition. Yeah, so it's like a complicated decision procedure.
Great. And then we have the final question from the predetermined questions today from our Mars user Ushdev. And they say, when will the third phase of the testnet start? Are the mainnet time and TGE time consistent? I think you answered the second part of that question, but maybe we can just hit when the third phase of the testnet will start.
The third phase of the testnet will start probably like late April, so like 1 month from now. Yeah, so that's the current estimate. And based on the technical progress internally, like we will keep our community updated on the timeline.
Awesome. So, you guys, all of our pre-selected questions have been done. So that means it's up to you guys now. Go into the chat, ask us some questions for Leo, okay? So we will take 5 questions from you guys today in the chat. Up to Leo how he wants to do it, whether first come, first serve, or he can just pick whatever questions he likes. But before we do that, we need some questions in the chat here. So, you guys, what do you want to ask Leo? What are your current questions about SISIC? Any questions about, more on the main net, more on the hardware, more on anything else that you guys are interested in? Now's your time to drop these questions in the chat. And if I don't get any questions, then I have to end it a little bit early. And I don't want to end it early because I love chatting with you guys and I love seeing the community being so active and curious about what's going on with SISIC and SISIC Network. Oh, I think we got one question here. Leo, maybe you can get this one from Elon Musk here.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand the question. Like, so the question is like, what happened with the Somni validator? I don't understand what the Somni mean. Yeah, so like probably like so probably like Elon Musk, you can elaborate a little bit more on this part. What do you mean by Somni? Okay, yeah. So for the second question, the season three, probably like phase three will be like phase two with prover and verifier. Yeah. So like in addition to provers and verifiers, we will also have other components coming to the final phase of our testnet. Okay, so that's the first question. The second one is like based on the fact that there is a referral program, and for each, the second question is asked by Vadim, and each successfully completed. Is it possible to assume that the earned token with the help of a referral will become converted to the mainnet with the same conversion? Yeah, so like the conversion ratio for the conversion ratio for tokens from the different source will be slightly different. Yeah, since like as you know, like if you stake some token, you can always earn something, but we actually value the computing power of SiC network a little bit more. So probably like there will be like slightly difference between the conversion ratio. Yeah, so just stay tuned for that. Okay, so the Elon Musk elaborate a bit more here. We not received reward from stake in. Okay, you mean like the Somni validator? Yeah, the Somni validator, like we will calculate. Yeah, so like there is something, some issue with the AWS server there. For the validator, we will calculate the correct stake token, and then we will compensate our community for their like fair cut of that. WALIRT asked, what's new in phase 3 of testnets? Yeah, I would just say like there are like a lot of new themes in testnet 3. Yeah, but I want to show like there is a wiki proof there to say like there is a lot of new themes in testnet 3 without revealing the actually the new themes. So we will keep our community updated on that. Once the probably like after the technical engineering process are near the end. The Baron asked, when will test SiC hardware be available to the public and how can it be acquired? It will be available to public around the end of this year, and you can purchase it on SiC's official website, public also on Amazon. Yeah. Okay. So that's the third question.
You guys,
We
we
can.
need some more questions in here. We have 52 of you. Let's get some great questions in here. You guys, I guess we have another one from Xeon, asking if there will be a delay in phase 3 or mainnet. I believe we answered this one earlier. Everything is on schedule so far, but there might be a little bit delay while we do test out everything to make sure that it's as error free and as smooth as possible for you guys on launch, right? There's nothing worse than going on mainnet and having a bunch of issues. So we want to make sure everything is good for you guys as soon as we launch. So there might be a slight delay, but for now we're working on it and we got you going. Sorry, Leo, I took that question from you there. But
Yeah, no
maybe we
problem at
can
all.
move on to Burong's second question there.
Okay, so the Buron as the second question is how can developers access and utilize SiC hardware for their project? Yeah, so probably like before SiC hardware, you can use SiC networks and like the community the hardware to do some useful work. And we will open, so that's like one feature we will add to SiC network in testnet 3. So like you can basically utilize our hardware to do not only ZK proof, but also some other things there. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is from Tian Gong. When will the surface announcement be released? So it's like right now the estimation is like 1 month from now. Okay. The next question is how can Casing convince tier 1 investors? I'm not sure what Casing mean. Vision or accent or how can investors see SiC's future? So like we have a lot of like tier 1 investors and they bet heavily on SiC. So I guess that means something. Are there any plans for the new financing round? Yeah, so like right now, SiC, we have accumulated some revenue and probably like by using our hardware, we can accumulate much more. And yeah, so like a financing round is not a very, very good thing. So like we, yeah, so right now we probably like we don't have concrete plans for that for the next financing round. Okay. The next question is from 0x1LC. So the question is like, is the same hardware devices capable of handling computational demand on multiple ZK projects, yeah. Of course, like we can use the same hardware to handle different like the ZK proof generation. Okay, so that's hopefully all the questions from our community for now.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up from all the questions on the community this time. You guys, thank you again for all of your questions today. I can see that you guys are very, very excited for our phase three, and you guys want to have it happen as soon as possible. Don't worry, late April. And coming up in the next couple of weeks here, we'll have some more concrete announcements for you guys, giving you the exact dates and times. So just keep on grinding away in phase two, and we will get you going on phase three very, very shortly here. And again, everybody, thank you so much for joining our biweekly AMA call today. Um, it's always nice to see you guys. It's always nice to see the familiar faces like Xeon and Vadim. You guys are always coming in asking great questions. I really, really do appreciate that. I appreciate you, Leo, taking the time today to come in and answer all these questions. I know you and the whole team are grinding away in person, really working on the tech, which is awesome to see. So thank you again for taking the time today to do this call. And everybody else, we will see you again in 2 weeks. Let's go, baby. Let's go.